Um, yeah, I mean, I love October. I just love it. We just teach and learn and get after it and compete and solve problems. And um, there's a lot of things to solve. They're not all problems. There's just a lot of questions that I have, and I have them every night and then every morning, and then we debate it in the staff meeting, and we come out and practice, and then somebody else pops up and surprises us with a skill we really need, and we try to work it in. So yeah, I'm digging deep this year. It's me and my computer or and the treadmill or the Peloton. I have a portable keyboard, so I just get on the treadmill and watch practice and flag and flag and flag, or I'm on the Peloton flagging, flag. It's just like constant revelations, which is good, which is good. So I think we'll be able to answer a lot of, when we play such a tough schedule. Do you have a team that can work against the zone? Do you have a great lineup if you want to go double big? Do you have you're down 8 and 3 minutes to go? Do you have a pressing, generate opportunity, quick strike offense team? And we do, and there are different names on every one of those lists. So that's gonna take some managing, but the kids they are working hard. We're really building a special chemistry, and our newcomers are impactful. So, and the upperclassmen, like I said last time, they're seeing it and saying, "Oh, we can do this now, and we can do this now." So, right now, it's October, so everybody's happy.
You guys got some respect, and from the voters and
Wow, yeah.
the ACC and the
I don't. I'm usually the opposite on that one. Yeah, I undersell, under promise, over deliver. At least try.
But how does that does it affect the mindset at all going in when there are expectations, when the people out there do expect Miami to be, one of the top teams in the ACC and on the cusp of the top 25 nationally?
Right.
How does that change the mindset of you coming in and the players?
Well, I think what's great is the last 3 games that we added to the schedule. Right now, Michigan was given to us by the ACC Big Ten Challenge, but really, I mean, Michigan was an Elite 8 team last year, and we weren't, so they usually try to match that up. So that was a jump in schedule for us. Adding DePaul at DePaul, which if you look at how often DePaul wins at DePaul, it's a tough game. And then adding Florida, because I felt like we would have these expectations. So we'll know before the ACC if we're legitimately deserving of those rankings.
Do you think you are?
Right now, we're too sloppy to rank anything. I hope every other team in the country feels the same way. But right now, you love your team, you love your talent, but you're like the turnovers, right? The turnovers, and we're just too sloppy to win a big time game right now, and we got to clean that up.
You mentioned at the last availability that you were trying to figure out what best rotations fit with this team. It's a very deep roster.
Right.
Have you come any closer to this?
No. No, and it's more like groupings and pairings and like why. So the opponent may dictate our starting lineup a little bit more, where last year I think we pretty much just started everybody the same. We were really consistent with that. I'm usually very consistent with that. No matter what happens, though, we got punch coming off the bench, like real punch, and we can reinvent ourselves. So impact is our big word. Like what's your impact? That's our kind of theme this year, and what we're pouring into the U. And the impactful players may start, but at the end of the game, you may be talking about the bench more than the starting lineup.
You said
Yeah.
that when you're sitting there watching on your treadmill or Peloton, you see surprises
Yeah.
when jumping out
Right.
from the film. What are a couple of surprises?
Well, for example, Lachey Dwyer, right? Nobody's mentioned her. Last year, going into the ACC tournament, in my mind, I had Shay. She was my little secret. She was going to explode on that ACC tournament. Like right before the ACC tournament, she was playing great. She gives us pace. She gets downhill. She's threatening defensively. She averages 2 or 3 steals a game. So the very first play she's in the ACC tournament, she breaks her nose against Duke. And, I mean, she's walking to me. I'm like, we got a problem. So the next time you see her again, she's wearing a mask and playing phenomenally in the NCAA tournament, right? So for Shay to kind of be popping up now and really adding that dynamic to our team, I'm like, yeah, like I saw this coming last year, but it's not somebody people are talking about. So she'll pop up at Jasmine Roberts, our sophomore class, popping up. And then Kyla Oldacre has had an incredible week of practice. So she is a force. She's a force down low.
On topic of some of the sophomore for the.
Did you?
Oh, you can go.
Okay.
On the topic of some of those like freshmen stepping up with Lachey and Jasmine, how does Julia Williams do?
I had my like deep meeting talk with her yesterday after practice, and she is the catalyst. There's no denying it. I think, one of the questions I asked my team is, our success or failure depends on what? Like, that's one of the open-ended questions I ask in my player meetings. And, my answer is Julia's impact. I mean, that is the answer. That is a very important answer. She didn't answer that way because she's just about, like, chemistry and if we play hard and all that. But really, like, she's very much, if we play with energy, if we don't have energy, Julia brings it. If we need a big-time defensive play, Julia brings it. If we got to get out and transition, so the team's identity has a lot to do with Julia.
In the offseason, what were the biggest, I guess, areas of growth that you identified for your team with
Yeah.
and without the newcomers coming in?
Right.
And then how have you seen them kind of attack that so far?
Right. Yeah. So last year we had some incredible gritty performances while scoring 50 or less points. I mean, we had an Indiana game that was just. We were at Maryland. I mean, we didn't shoot over people, and then we gave up too many offensive rebounds. So when you add shot makers with the Cavenders, and then you add the freshman class that we have, which are incredible rebounders. Now, young kids tend to be spacey rebounders. They get the one you see, but they don't prevent rebounding as much. You got to coach that. There's a prevent part of rebounding, then there's the pursue part of rebounding. So they prevent and pursue. If you have that, that's usually an older player, but they're showing me that they're willing to put a body on someone, Z and Kyla. And then Tasha Lattimore sort of answers a lot of our length issues where we were missing some length in that swing position. So, I felt really good about how we answered our woes from last year. But you know what? I don't want to lose that grit. And we were gritty, and we had a connection, and we were gonna play Miami ball, and we were gonna make you play our style, and I hope we maintain that.
Is that more difficult or maybe it's just more intentional when you have newcomers come in to try and replicate that? So this is what Miami
Yeah.
does basketball?
Yeah, we want to hand down those lessons. We don't want a newcomer to come in here soft. We are not about that. We are absolutely like the team drills we do, and when you say this drill, and the returners are like looking at them like, okay, now, like, we have a drill called 3 stops, and you have to get 3 stops by yourself on your own in front of your whole team, or you keep doing the drill and keep doing the drill. There's no forgiveness in the drill. Those type of drills, we want to indoctrinate them early. Yeah.
So obviously the Cavender twins have been making a huge buzz since their addition in the spring. How have they affected this team so far, and what are you looking forward to them this season?
The smile on my face is because they are relentless competitors, and they're in the gym. They want to do film with me. They stay late. They come in to shoot on their own. Like, I'm not saying perfectionist, but I'm saying a very driven person that if there's something to master and they don't have it mastered, they're like not going to let go of the bone. I mean, they're going to dig in, and so there is so much new language for them. It's a real challenge, even for my sophomores or my second-year players, to be like, what does that mean? Because I use a different language when I coach. It's a language where we can call the play out loud. We're calling the action. Things are described differently. It's a huge adjustment. And to be that wanting to get it right and have so much to learn, I've not seen them frustrated. I just see them very determined. And that has elevated absolutely everybody. They have elevated this team with their determination and their grit.
How are they different? I know Haley, gets a little more individual accolades or whatever. How are they different as players? What can we expect to see when they look the same, but how are
They're
they?
really they're really different. Hannah is, I think she has shown a more like peripheral understanding of what's going on, like more facilitating. Haley is, I am putting pressure on the both of them, and if they don't shoot, they get yelled at. I mean, we're not gonna back away from the fact that they're shot makers, and so it's. But I think Haley's gonna late game. She's gonna generate something. Hannah might be the recipient of it a little bit more, but Haley's gonna attack you and not back down, and Hannah's gonna do the smart thing around that attack.
And their personalities?
Yesterday, Haley finally told me I was funny. So, God, how long has she been here? So now I like her, right? Now she's my favorite. No, they are. We're having a nice. We're having a good time. They are very great teammates, like superb teammates, super generous, giving. They'll ask questions, but I like now they're kind of comfortable a little bit, and they get their feet under them a little bit more. And I'm now pushing them. I'm waiting. I pushed Hannah a little bit yesterday to lead a huddle, to lead her team. I haven't done that to either one of them, but they're getting that message. Now that they're getting comfortable.
Is it especially because they come in with so much fame and the TikTok followers and all that to blend them into a team? Is it different from just two random players who are coming in as new members?
I don't. I mean, that's not my kind of area.
Not you. I'm just saying in the sense of making sure that the other players know that they are just part of the team, that they may have this many TikTok followers.
Yeah.
But as far as the team dynamic goes, is there any difference when you have two players that come in famous? Even if
Yeah.
in the pro sports, it would be the same if a
Yeah.
big superstar joins
Yeah.
your team.
I don't feel that at all. I'm thinking about TikToking, and I keep seeing Julia, MJ, Zari Spearman doing it all the time. Whenever there's a camera around, and Megan can confirm that. So that's part of culture right now. But for our team, I think it was. We know we needed shot makers, and we got them, and we're happy to have them. And I think it's a basketball thing with us.
Couple more.
Yep.
Katie, last year, mid-season, started running the ball through Carla on offensive
Yeah.
sets. And what do you think Carla's spot will be this year?
Oh, Carla is invaluable, and you'll see she's got a little strain today, so she's not going to be active in practice. It'll be the first one she's missed, but she knows everything that I want. She puts people in the right positions. Her assists are incredible. She's very happy to have some bigs to throw the ball to on a ball screen, because Carla's ball screen reads are high level, like EuroLeague high level European. She's played on a national team. She gets it, but she has a bigger target coming off of it now, so she's really a lot more confident.
Yeah, Milana.
Yeah.
The girls that go through the academies in
Yeah.
Europe, they seem to, it's the Americans. It's react. With
You're right.
them, it's a react with.
Yeah, there's
nothing
a little bit,
years.
yeah, and those are two great facilitators, and two of our best facilitators on the team are MJ and Carla. They're because of that, because their time per touch, which I watch a lot of soccer too, but I'm big about time per touch, and right now our time per touch, we're holding the ball too long. Everybody's trying to do the right thing, and if we can decrease our time per touch, there's where a Carla and an MJ just get the ball, get rid of it, and things open up for us. And yeah, we need both of them out there facilitating.
You said Kyla had an incredible week of practice.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little?
It's you just see the moment when someone gets a concept, and for me, in the games, I coach hard, like with energy and emotion and everything, but like I'm not just drawing up new stuff in the game. Like all my teaching is happening in a practice, right? And it's concepts, and it's, do you understand why? And tell me who and when and what play we would call because of the defense they're in. And we do all these concepts, and that's harder to learn initially, because it's a lot easier just to memorize, wait, on this play I do that, but we don't play that way. So the newcomers have that whole language and then concepts, and this coach has me answering questions all the time, and I just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And when you see that transition happen, and when you see it happening, it's a big moment, and because their confidence just comes up. So Kyla is into the whys now, and she's very strategic on when she calls for the ball, who she screens, when she flashes, and when she holds her flash and seals the backside. And it's an Amasa Hoff type of a mind, that's a high compliment.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thanks. The players are ready to go, so they're going to go sit